Hello everyone, welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. So today I thought I would do a very quick review. I'd say very quick, I don't know how long it's going to take. I don't know why I said that. Of a new Rare Beauty eyeshadow palette. So I have them both here. These were very kindly gifted to me by Rare Beauty. That doesn't mean sponsored, the two are very different. That means that they sent these to me as a gift to try for me to do whatever I want with. So if you haven't seen my review on Rare Beauty already, go ahead and check that out. I'll leave it in the description box or here, I don't know. It was overall a pretty positive review, so I don't know why that was so hard for me to say. I really was excited when they announced these palettes because I thought they've done such a good job with skin products and complexion products. Let's see how they do with eyeshadows. So just before we get into that today, if this is your first time here on my channel, hi, my name's Robert. I'm a professional makeup artist here on YouTube and also in real life, and it's my goal here to help you become a pro yourself or just someone who's really good at makeup. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then please consider subscribing. So let's take a look at the first palette. This one is called Magnetic Spirit. You know me in purples. This is a very cute palette. I really like the choice in colour here. One thing that did really stand out for me about these palettes, I'm sure you've seen everyone say it, is no matte texture, which can pose a bit of a challenge for some people because it's nice to have that mix of you know, those mattifying tones so you can get depth within the eye. So it'll be interesting to see what we can do with this. We also have Confident Energy, which this looks absolutely insane. These two colors here, I did swatch this color on my Instagram stories and was very impressed. Yeah, so let's do it. Okay, so if I suddenly look slightly different, that's because it is a completely different day. Something ran out of battery. And I had to wait for a battery to charge. And then I got hit with like laziness. So, okay, let's do this. Let's go straight into these palettes. So I'm just gonna use my eye primer. I'm using the Sigma eye primer. This is my absolute favorite because it's great for my oily eyelids. It goes on really smoothly, but it's quite dry when it's on the lids, but not overly dry. So I think it's suitable for most people. So I'm going to start off with Confident Energy, which is this green palette right here. We're going to start with the shade Elevate. Let's use it on the inside corner just here. Wow, that is some pigmentation. That's very smooth. It applies it very smoothly. I'm using quite a long brush. Let me just see if I can get even more pigmentation with like a shorter, stubbier brush. Oh, you absolutely can. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Okay, let's dip into Magnetic Spirit. And how can you not dip into this purple shade? What's this called? Passion. It's written in calligraphy and I have enough trouble reading as it is. So I felt like I wasn't zoomed in enough there for you all. Now, I don't usually think like dragging eyeshadow is a good idea, but these seem to apply really well when they're dragged across the lid. Like patting is okay, but I'm getting some amazing color payoff when I'm dragging onto the lid. And usually with like matte textures it doesn't seem to work very well, but with this creamy shimmer, bit of a strange color combination I've chosen there, but you know. Now, do I wish my eyelids were a little bit less crepey so they could deal with this texture? Yes. I'll actually take that just over the green and get those colours to blend a bit better. No thought for colour theory there, just whacking on whatever colour I want to use. I really like that texture. It's really smooth, very creamy. Cream-like. Now, do I add blue? Something about blue is just making me very happy this week. So from the Confident Energy palette, the green one, I'm gonna take Willpower. I'm using a very small blending brush to blend out these edges because I'm not familiar with this texture. I can't really compare it to any other texture. I don't really know how to describe it. It's like matte, but applies quite creamy, but is also dry. So I'm just using a smaller brush so I can gradually deal with a colour. I've got like a group of unplucked hairs right here that's making it look really good. What I do quite like that's going on here is that blue on top of this purpley shade is giving me a completely different colour. See what I mean? It's almost like this mermaidy effect. I really, really like these shadows. I am finding it a little bit strange having to blend out like a shimmer shade, if that makes sense, into where I would usually use a matte shade. But actually, as it blends out, it doesn't look so shimmery. So we're going to go back into the Magnetic Spirit, and I'm going to take the shade that we used on the whole lid, and I'm going to use a blending brush and just tap over where that blue meets that tone. Okay, so I'm going to do my foundation, concealer, blush, and everything quickly. I'm like, I absolutely love the texture of these shadows. Okay, but I'm at the same time, I'm like, oh, I really need a dark matte shade. I've also been using, with my foundation concealer at the moment, I go through phases of really liking certain combinations of products together. And I've been using the Sigma Soft Blend brush, this tip, for absolutely everything. Foundation, concealer, blusher, highlighter. It's just kind of perfect for, a bit of everything. So I'm going to take the Rare Beauty blush in Bliss. I'm still using that same brush that I did for my foundation and concealer. It's just, why do I keep talking about it? Shut up. And then the liquid highlighter in Enchant from Rare Beauty, also an absolutely incredible highlighter. Again, go and watch my original review of Rare Beauty. This is one of the best highlighters I think that any brand has made for a very long time. And I actually do this highlighter before face powder because it shows through really nicely. So I'm going to take the blue shade Willpower under the eyes also. I'm just going to lean forward quite a bit because I don't want, now done on my skin, I don't want any of that fallout. So excuse the angle. Let's give it a little bit of a blend under the eye here. Oh no, I'd like to take my eyeshadow very far down. Cover those dark circles. So for the lips, I'm going in with the Rare Beauty lip cream. Yeah, lip cream in the shade Courage, which is literally my lip color, which is perfect for me because I hate lip color on me. And then just to put something a tiny bit exciting, not that gloss is exciting, I'm going to go in with the Glassing Water Gloss. Now, I can't remember the brand of this, but this is one of my absolute favourite glosses. It's slightly orange tone, but I mean, it doesn't come out pure orange. It just adds a tiny hint of something to the lip. And I have this in like a deep purple and a clear. And if, like me, I'm not really... I like gloss, but I don't like glass. But this is just very comfortable. It has a slight, like, it's not tingling, it's like cold. It's not like plumping, like those really horrible, stingy lip. Yeah, okay. So I'm just going to add some mascara. I'm going to use my Misha 4D mascara. This is absolutely incredible. I'm so impressed. It's very rarely I'm impressed with a mascara, to be honest with you. But this one actually lifts up the lashes, adds something to the lashes. It makes them just look amazing. I have really terrible eyelashes, and you can see this one just adds a little bit of lift. Now I'm going to be a little bit naughty. I'm going to go with that blue along my lash line. Now you probably shouldn't do this because there's shimmer in the product, so don't do this. All right, okay, so I'm going to do some lashes, but I'm just going to powder my face. I'm going to use the WLab Airfit Cover Pack, which is just a clear powder, but it's extremely blurring. I don't know if you've ever used a primer before from WLab. I have it and I absolutely love it. It just completely blurs the skin, but it's not like one of those silicone-y kind of primers where it just feels like snaky on the skin. Snaky? Slippery on the skin. Snaky. Okay, I'm going to stick on some lashes and then we will summarize. Okay, so this is a finished look using the new Rare Beauty eyeshadow palette, the Magnetic Spirit and a Confident Energy palette. So, summary. Initial reaction to these palettes, I was like, cute, really cute. Then looking inside, I think as an artist, and I think as anyone else, we're kind of used to palettes that have a structure of metallics, glitters, mattes. So to be faced with a palette that is no mattes, no dark mattes, or no light matte is a little bit like confusing and almost challenging in a way. But from kind of working with them, what I think is really great about them is you do have light to dark, just in a different concept. The shades you can blend it out, and it does kind of lessen that shimmer, which is great because you don't really want to bring out shimmer. Well, you might want to, but you don't want to bring out shimmer too much because it can look, especially in pictures, it can look a little bit patchy and speckly, you know? But for example, with this palette, you can use this lighter purple and finish it off with this darker purple or this orange and have this deeper green. Or if you're going to buy both palettes, then you can kind of use the greeny shade in this one with the darker green in this one. So there is that concept of light and dark. And also, I'm looking at these palettes, and although it kind of initially you're like, oh, a purple palette and like a greeny blue palette, that's really not the case. You have purple, green, orange in this one palette, and then green, blue, and like pinky tones and yellow gold in there as well in this other palette. So I think you have a really good choice of colors. They also very nicely work together and kind of blend together. I'm seeing like a different color as one color overlaps the other, and they're really easy to build up. And actually, I said not to, and don't do this. I don't recommend this, but on the waterline, it's extremely, extremely comfortable. Don't do it. And I think these palettes, I predict a trend for 20, God, what year are we in? What year is it? Shit, what year is it? What year is it? So I see a trend coming up in 2021. That's going to be a bit more, I think, about solid color and texture. So whether that's a solid color gloss or a solid color shine or a solid color matte, I think that's going to be something that's going to become quite trendy, you know? So I think that all this will be a good palette for that as well. My one critique of this palette is, if you're going to blend it out like I have in the size here, go a tiny, tiny bit at a time. Although it's a really strange formula, as I was saying earlier, it's a great formula, but I can't quite pinpoint its similarities to another brand or another texture. But if you add too much color too quickly, I find when you try to blend it out, it almost gets crumbly and you can get this patchy application. So start with a tiny bit at a time and build gradually. I really, really like those palettes. I think they'll make incredible gifts. I think they're really nice ideas, and it's nice to have like names like Strong, Elevate, Trust, not things like Money Hungry and Sassy Bitch and things like that. And you know, sometimes the energy of palettes, you just want to bring it down a little bit. Okay, well, thank you so much for joining me. Let me know what you think of these palettes below. Do you have them? Do you want them? Do you need them? Let me know in the comments. I'll leave all the products I use in the description box below. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you very soon. Bye.